Recording in progress.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. If you're not speaking, please go on mute. Thank you. Prabhuji, we can go to the next slide. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavati Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. Today we'll be reading from chapter 9, which is the most confidential knowledge. So Raja Vidya will continue in that chapter. So shloka number 21. Tetam bhuktva swarga lokam vishalam shine punye martya lokam vishanti evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna gata gatam kama kama labante. Translation, Srila Prabhupada, when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Yeah, very nice shloka, very nice theme. We'll continue with the theme that we have been discussing. Prabhuji, you can stop sharing. We'll go back to the theme that we are discussing here between last shloka and this shloka. What is it? What are the results of worshipping the demigods using the three Vedas for sense gratification? And what happens when you get such a result? Basically, we are going to talk about, are we going to get something permanent or not? Very important to discuss this right now, because a couple of days later, I think on Saturday, people will be very busy worshipping Lord Shiva, feeling that I'm going to worship him because I'm going to get results that are going to be something that are going to be for my sense gratification, right? So every day in the week, people tend to see who is the person I should worship today for the happiness immediate, right? So when Arjuna asks about Shreyas and praise, we'll probably touch upon that in the given time, right? So Monday, Lord Shiva, or Saturday, Shani Mahatma. Thursday, they go to Sai Baba temple. On Friday, the namas. The Sunday, the churches. Whatever it is. No, I'm not saying only one dharma. Every dharma has its own set of things. What happens when you go and worship something like that? Some authorized, some absolutely unauthorized. Okay. So let's start with a very simple fact. In the 7th chapter, we have already seen who goes to worship the Lord. Okay. Demigods or Supreme Lord also. So Krishna himself is Artho, Artharthi, Jignasura, and Jnani. Okay. So why do they go? In simple, there are multiple reasons. So fundamental reason, out of fear of God. Meaning, right from childhood, however we thought, oh, if you tell lie, you will not get food. If you do this, your eyes will be poked. No, God is created as an image of fear. So out of fear, they actually go to God, or they start hating the Lord. Okay, they go to Lord. Let's keep it that way so that they don't do anything wrong. Second set of people, why do they go? Basically, some nice pious people who finally, oh my Lord, thankfully I was able to buy this house, or I was able to get my son married, or I've got my visa. No, today people go to that visa Balaji. For people who know, in Chilkur, uh, my native, basically near Hyderabad, people go there for getting their visa stamp to the US. Is called the Balaji there is called Visa Balaji. Even I mean, even the Supreme Lord, not just a demigod, they go to him for that. Okay, and the third or most simple reason is people go for artho artharthi. Basically, I am in difficulty or I need something. Dhanam dehi, vidya dehi, give me a good wife, give me this, give me that. That's what people go to the Lord for. Okay, and like I said, it's not only with the so-called Hinduism or the Sanatana Dharma, with every religion. Okay. And the bigger intelligent people, what do they ask for? They ask for the heavens, the paradise, the jannats, the swargas, right? So they want to go to a better place than what we are here. That means what they are looking for? They are looking for better enjoyment, right? Now, is better enjoyment that easily possible? What should we understand from better enjoyment perspective? Okay. Uh, what are the things that they do? They do a lot of austerities in their worship. Here it's also mentioned, even they use the Vedic scriptures for it, right? The homas, the yagnas, the fasting days, the charities, the non-violence. There's so many things, etc., 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 that they do to gain all the credits, pious credits. And with all these pious credits, they buy the ticket to the higher planetary systems for that better facility, for that better enjoyment. Okay. In simple, the higher planetary systems, if you look at it, the heavenly planets is 6 months in a heavenly in on the earth is 1 day in the heavenly planet, and so is the night, right? So we also know the day in Brahma, the one kalpa will not go there, just will go to one higher planetary system. How do we know? Every morning when Lord Ganesha wakes up, we do the Ganesh Chaturthi. For us, Ganesh Chaturthi comes once in a year. That's not Ganesha's birthday. It is 1 day for him. Next day morning he wakes up, you do all the abhisheka and offering of food and festivity, and then next day again you do. For us on Earth, it's 1 year. So one, the duration of life in heavenly planets is longer than what we can get here. Second thing, get stronger bodies, better bodies. There is no impact of old age. There are no physical diseases. Yes, they do have a lot of mental diseases. They are always scared. No, your birth, death, old age disease, the birth is a little better. Old age is not impacted there, but old age still happens. Diseases are not at a physical level. Oh, yesterday I traveled by bus. Today my back is paining. That doesn't happen there. Okay. So now that place is nice. That means what? Prabhupada has this wonderful analogy of Ferris wheel, right? So the giant wheel that we commonly know. So you're sitting here, you go up, you come down, you go up, you come down. Well, why is that analogy so famous? Everyone talked about it, right? So many classes you would have heard. Okay. In simple, if I have to go on a vacation, a wonderful vacation, forget the yatras. I think I want to go for, let's say, a Singapore with family. How many days can I stay in Singapore? As long as my visa is there, as long as I can afford to do all my payments there, the hotel and the travel and everything, right? After my money is done, I have to come back to my office, come back to my business, come back and do work here. I have to work for a whole year to take that one vacation with the family. Forget family. I'm selfish for myself as well. Why? That little bit of happiness that I'm looking for, I need to put a lot of effort. That's exactly what we are doing from a heavenly perspective as well, right? Do all these austerities, Homa Yagna that we just spoke to collect all the bank balance, then take one vacation to a Swargaloka, Shine Punya, Martya Lokam Vishanti. You finished your vacation, come back here. So, firstly, definitely not permanent. And where are we going to come back? We are coming back to this Martiloka, coming back to your office, coming back to the place where you have to do a lot of work, karma, and anything goes wrong, you go down. Anything goes right, you go up. The Ferris wheel. Okay, this continues. Oh, is that only with Swargaloka? Any loka, up or down. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartina Arjuna. Even if you go to Brahma's planet, you will come back here. Very simple story that most of us know is that of Vishwamitra, right? When Vishwamitra Muni saw Trishanku trying to enter Swarga, Indra kicked him out. He's saying, you don't have enough bank balance, get out. So Vishwamitra Muni created a Trishanku Swarga. What that means what? He used his bank account and he created. Immediately, I mean, if for people who have seen the old movies of this Trishanku Swarga, you would have seen that Vishwamitra Muni is strong, healthy, full, you know, with all the powers, all the tejas that he had, as soon as he created something, immediately he becomes that old man with the walking stick. Bank balance is over. you cannot continue in the same position. Right? You go back and earn. This is the simple fact of today's shloka. So every individual we know is seeking for just one thing. If you look at what all we do, just one thing. What is it? Looking for happiness. And how do I look? I believe that activity that I'm doing will give me happiness. A little bigger house, a shiny new car, a promotion at office, a grand new sari for the next function, a few more lakhs in the bank, you know, one more rasgulla today. I believe these things add up and give me happiness. These are extremely temporary. What is it? Now I'm a little more intelligent, then I think heavenly enjoyment. Let me try to do activities that are going to give me better enjoyment. But they don't think about it also being temporary. That like that one rasgulla, so is your heavenly planet. After the taste is over, come back. You're going to be normal again. Is this sufficient? Definitely not sufficient. So what happens if you're looking only for these insufficient things? You are in this cycle of birth and death again and again. Punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam. Okay, just again and again. So that's what the shloka says, right? Tathagatam kama kama labante. The more desires we have for material enjoyment, the more we attain different bodies. It can be in different planetary systems. Like, if you go to the higher planetary systems, you get a lot better body than what you have here. Like, in simple, you know, for Matajis, it is said that for people in higher planetary systems, the most beautiful women on earth is like a frog's beauty. Okay, not that we are very favorite, no, we don't take a frog and say, wow, so beautiful. Today people do it with dogs, not with frogs, though. Not yet with frogs. They will start someday. So it's like that. And the richest person here has zero credit to buy anything in the higher planetary system. So what should we do? In simple, if we are intelligent, we have to seek what we call as permanent happiness. And Krishna very clearly says. So Arjuna asked this question, right? Give me Shreyas. In the second chapter, if you look at it, he doesn't want prayers. Prayers is temporary happiness or immediate happiness or immediate, whatever it is, right? So Shreyas, he wants a long-term benefit. And if you're intelligent, you're asking for a long-term benefit. Krishna says, Yat katva na nivartante tad dhama paramama. Where you go, you don't have to come back. Be intelligent to go there, go to that place. That is your eternal abode, your eternal place where Lord Krishna is eternally there with you, right? And how do we know about this place? What information do we have? We have lots of information provided we have the faith to take it. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, they actually confirm it. It says the happiness that you can get even in Brahman platform, forget the earth or the heavenly system, is just like the hoof print of a calf. Only so much when compared to the happiness that you can have with Krishna is like the ocean. Can you compare a small hole, pothole where have water to that of a ocean? That's the difference in happiness. And what is it that you need to do? Your credit, you know, your bhakti is your pathway. For how much your bhakti you do, that means with love you worship the Lord, your goal becomes Krishna. Simple, chant and be happy. Okay, so that's the essence of today's shloka. Uh, any demigod you go, simple thing to pray. Please give me some intelligence to worship Krishna sincerely. That's all we should be praying for. That's how we should actually go forward. Okay, so that's the essence of today's shloka. We'll stop here. Don't miss tomorrow's shloka. It's one of my favorite shlokas. I would have loved to speak about it because I've heard a lot about tomorrow's shloka. Simple thing, Krishna personally promising that you will get a lot more faith to follow Krishna consciousness. Okay, so stay tuned in for tomorrow's shloka. We'll stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know.